Hi, Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway and Laguna, Niguel. If you're thinking about selling your home anytime in the future, this information is for you. Please stay tuned. I want to talk about what's important in order to make sure that your home is going to be showing in the absolute best condition. Buyers have choices today. I jokingly say that in 20 and 21, a 9-year-old could sell a home. But in 2022, it's going to take a professional. You see, we've been spoiled by 2 years of a very easy market, and we do have a changing and challenging market at times. So having the home as good as possible is so important because we are in competition with other listings. I'm going to go through this list rather brief, make it as quick as I can. If you like the information, please subscribe, hit that little bell so that you're notified when I post other weekly updates for sellers. Let's start with the big items first. Carpet, paint, and landscape. With regard to carpet, if the carpet looks worn, I highly suggest getting it replaced before the home goes on the market. You see, buyers and sellers look at things a little bit differently. The buyer looks at things like the inconvenience of having to do it, and we want to minimize any negative thoughts that the buyer has. And the buyer looks through the lens of cost. And the buyer's lens is different from the actual lens of cost. A buyer will look at a house to carpet and think it's $35,000 or $40,000 or $30,000 or $25,000, whatever that price range is, depending upon the size of the property, where in fact it's probably half or 2/3 of that. So they'll always overestimate, not only for carpet, but for paint as well. I believe in honesty. I may say some things that will possibly offend a few people, and I actually have really good bedside manners, but I believe in being honest. And this may offend a couple people, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Neutral works. When it comes to carpet and paint, the kiss of death is blue and green. If we have green carpet, and I've seen a few homes with green, I actually listed a home, second agent to list it. With the first agent, the agent didn't have the guts to tell the client to change the orange carpet. It was orange, the client's favorite color. He ended up being a client of mine for many transactions after I was a second agent to sell his home. The only thing I did was raise the list price and ask him that we change the carpet to a neutral beige. I sold it for the higher price at full price, having it been on the market 6 months with the other agent with orange carpet. So blue and green are the taboos. When it comes to paint, stay neutral. Navajo white, Swiss coffee, those are great neutral colors. If the whole house needs paint, work with those 2 color palettes. They're very neutral, very easy on the eyes. You want to know a secret? That's what most builders use, those 2 colors. Landscape. If we've got brown or shabby looking grass, let's replace it with sod. Let's replace it with seed. If there are planter boxes that look sparse and barren and dry, let's get some flowers. Let's freshen it up. An investment in your landscape will greatly improve the buyer's first impression. You only have one chance to make the first impression. When they drive up, curb appeal is everything. So we want to do everything in advance, especially the big things, carpet, paint, and landscape. Let's take a look at those. Let's evaluate. If you need a careful eye, I'm happy to do it as part of my services. I always walk my sellers through those 3 big ones. Now let's get a little bit granular and find out the other things that can cost you, the seller, and that are very easy to eliminate. How about light bulbs? You have any burnt out light bulbs? Replace them. What we want to do in this entire process is eliminate any speed bumps. I call them speed bumps. They're little, they're trivial, but one after another gets not only annoying, but it will gnaw the price down. You'll get reductions of price. Every time there's a negative thought going through the buyer's mind, it works against you in price, okay? So let's take care of things like little light bulbs, okay? Here's some little things. Lights on. Before I tell you lights on, let me go to rule number 1. When you know you're going to have a showing, leave the house. do not be around. The other agent for the buyer, and the buyers, they don't want you there. They don't even want me there. They want privacy. They want the ability to look at the house with any other eyes or ears listening or watching. They just want to be alone. I don't have to show up to sell your house. You can't sell a house. I can sell shoes, I can sell clothes, I can sell pencils and pens. I can't sell a house. If they don't want to buy it, I can't sell it. So let's get granular and keep going with some little things. Lights on. Every light bulb that you've changed, make sure every light bulb works. Make the house as light and as bright as you can. That means opening blinds and shutters as well. You don't want any darkness in the home, even if it's a warm and fuzzy and cozy home. You want it on the lighter and brighter side, so lights on, blinds open. I have little things, pet peeves of mine. Toilet seats closed. Let's close the toilet seats. Let's make sure this shows like a model home, like you would take a picture and a photograph of each room. I typically don't even take photographs of the bathrooms. They're typically non-glamorous, but buyers will go in there. We want to make sure the toilet seats are closed and the lights are on. Let's move to the kitchen. Dishes completely done. Countertops completely clean. Go into the bedroom. Beds made on a daily basis. They're as a result of the home looking not model-like. You'll never walk into a model home with dishes in the kitchen. You'll never walk into a model home with beds unmade. Let's try to make the house look like a model home. So beds made, lights on, shutters open. Let's take care of all the little things like clean the windows, call a window cleaning service, get the windows professionally cleaned. And I'll tell you another reason why. When window cleaners, good ones, clean the windows, they'll vacuum and clean the tracks. And why that's important is when the buyer does a home inspection and the inspector goes to open the windows, the ones that you've had cleaned professionally, when the buyer goes, or the agent and their inspector goes to open and close the windows, if the tracks are dirty, the window operation is tough. What they usually recommend in the inspection report is to replace the rollers in the window. When it really doesn't need the rollers, it just needs the window or the tracks cleaned and vacuumed. So little things like that will make a difference. I want to make sure that my sellers are getting the most amount of money without any speed bumps whatsoever. Dust the entire house. Dust mirrors, dust cups and glasses and things on glass shelves. We want to make the home look like a model home. Doors and drawers, make sure they all open freely and close completely without any kind of difficulty. Tough drawers in a kitchen, speed bump. Doors that don't stay open and close by themselves, I've had homes like that. Homes where you try to close the door and the door jamb rubs on the top. Let's make sure we get the home as perfect as we possibly can. No speed bumps. Speed bumps cost you money. My aim is to get you as much money, the seller, as possible. So my counseling, I walk every one of my seller clients through the entire process. I look with a very careful eye to see if they or I have missed anything. Repairs, if it's going to be a repair that is either noticed by the buyer or picked up by the inspection company, and we know about it, let's do it first, especially if the buyer can see it. The inspector hardly misses a thing. But if you can get the offer without the buyer questioning a broken item in the house, always better. So fix the little things, look at the big things first, carpet, paint, landscape. I will go through my shopping list with you, should I be fortunate enough to help you with your home sale. If you like this information, please subscribe, please comment, please like, it helps my channel. I will be providing weekly information for you as a seller in or around Laguna, Niguel, anywhere in South County. I'm happy to help. Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.